Jade Cargill recently shared a WWE fan encounter so bizarre that it left even her lost for words. The moment she told the story, it was clear it was something worth talking about because it's the kind of thing you wouldn't believe unless you heard it from her directly. Jade is in a prime spot in WWE right now. She's one of the company's most talked about stars. A performer the promotion clearly sees a lot of potential in. WWE has given her a massive push, which brings plenty of upsides: fame, money, recognition, and career milestones that many wrestlers only dream about. But as Jade's recent experience shows, being a top WWE superstar also has some downsides. When you're a public figure in WWE, your privacy is naturally compromised. You can't freely go out wherever you want without thinking twice about who might recognize you or approach you. That's even more important for women in the business, who often have to be extra cautious about their safety and interactions with fans. Wrestling has seen its fair share of unsettling fan stories, people showing up at airports to stalk wrestlers for autographs, or worse, turning up uninvited to their homes. Legends like The Undertaker and stars like Rhea Ripley have opened up about uncomfortable moments with fans crossing boundaries. And of course, the incident with Sonya Deville a few years ago, where an intruder broke into her house, remains one of the most frightening examples of how far some fans will go. For Jade, the attention only intensified when she made the leap from AEW to WWE. While she was already well known in AEW, WWE's global reach put her under a much bigger spotlight. In a recent interview on the Rory Mal show, she was asked about her most memorable fan meet-and-greet moments. What followed was a story that she herself still can't quite wrap her head around. She explained that at these events, she's had multiple men approach her asking for things that went far beyond a handshake or a simple photo. According to Jade, some of them wanted her to physically punch or step on them. One man in particular asked her to spit on him. She admitted she felt extremely uncomfortable in that moment. The interaction began after a female fan jokingly asked Jade to choke her for a photo, something Jade went along with as a lighthearted pose. But soon after, it snowballed into something more intense when another fan pushed the boundaries even further. Jade recalled how this man requested not only to be stepped on but also degraded. At first, she played along with the step on me bit, assuming it was just harmless fun. But this guy wasn't joking, he specifically asked for her to spit on him. Standing there in her heels, Jade refused and tried to move the moment along, but he kept pressing. She even offered to place her heel on him as a compromise, but he doubled down, repeating his request for her to spit on him loudly and confidently. That was the moment Jade realized she wasn't dealing with just harmless enthusiasm, this was something far more awkward and personal. She later joked that if she'd been in a different setting, security might have had to step in. Even telling the story now, she admitted she still doesn't know the right way she should have handled it. While fan requests can sometimes be quirky, there's a clear line between playful interaction and making someone feel uncomfortable. Jade's story is a reminder that for WWE stars, meet-and-greets aren't always smooth and fun. These events are part of their job, but they also put them in situations where they might have to respond on the spot to behavior they didn't sign up for. And this is part of the reality Jade walked into when she chose to join WWE. She knew the company's platform could elevate her career in ways AEW couldn't. One of her biggest motivations for the move was her long-term goal of transitioning into Hollywood. She said before that WWE's connections to the entertainment industry are unmatched, and she saw it as the ideal launchpad for an acting career. The other reason for her switch was her desire to work with a promotion that was already firmly established and dominating the market, rather than continuing to grow alongside AEW. While she valued her time in AEW, she recognized that the company was still in a building phase. In WWE, Jade's workload is different. Yes, the company runs more live events and tours than AEW, but she's also being featured in bigger storylines and showcased on a much larger stage. The financial side likely played a role too. Tony Khan reportedly made her a strong offer to stay in AEW, and both sides have spoken openly about how much he wanted her to remain with the company. But Jade ultimately decided WWE was the better choice for her career trajectory. That decision brought her not only more opportunities but also more exposure to fans, the good and the strange. While AEW has passionate supporters, WWE's global reach means its wrestlers are recognized in far more places, by far more people, including those whose behavior might be unpredictable. Jade's awkward meet-and-greet story is one of the more extreme examples of the challenges that come with fame in this business. But Jade isn't the only WWE name making headlines lately. Becky Lynch has been in the spotlight for her own reasons, and her story provides an interesting contrast to Jade's. Becky, one of the most popular and accomplished wrestlers in WWE history, recently found herself trending after a series of events that had fans buzzing, coming off a major match that pushed her limits physically and emotionally. Becky addressed the WWE Universe in a way that only she can: direct, fiery, and unfiltered. In her promo, she spoke about the constant pressure of being at the top and how that spotlight can be both a blessing and a burden. Fans have been speculating about what's next for her, especially with rumors of possible crossover projects outside of WWE. Much like Jade, Becky's profile makes her a target for both praise and criticism, but she's known for taking everything in stride, often turning real-life situations into fuel for her on-screen persona. In recent weeks, Becky has also been vocal about the importance of balancing work and personal life in such a demanding industry. She's used her platform to shed light on the mental and emotional toll of constant travel, intense training, and being away from family. While her comments were mostly well-received, a small section of fans twisted her words, leading to unnecessary drama online. Becky handled it in typical fashion by addressing it head-on in interviews and reminding people that she's human first, wrestler second. There's also been buzz about a potential high-profile match for Becky at a major upcoming WWE event, possibly against an opponent she's never faced before. If this happens, it could be one of the marquee attractions of the show and add another milestone to her already legendary career. The speculation has only grown after she dropped cryptic hints on social media, teasing that fans haven't seen anything yet. The parallels between Becky's and Jade's situations are hard to miss. Both are women at the top of their game in WWE. Both are dealing with the unique challenges that come with that level of fame, and both have been making calculated moves to ensure their careers extend beyond the ring. For Jade, that means looking toward Hollywood and big entertainment opportunities. For Becky, it might mean expanding her brand through acting, public speaking, or other ventures that take advantage of her charisma and mainstream appeal. Stories like Jade's unusual fan encounter highlight the unpredictable side of wrestling fame. They show that beyond the glitz, the championships, and the massive entrances, there's a human being navigating real-life interactions that can sometimes be uncomfortable or even disturbing. At the same time, stories like Becky's remind us that even the most confident, self-assured stars are constantly managing the pressures of the job and finding ways to adapt. In the end, both women are examples of how WWE's biggest stars operate under a microscope, where every decision, every interaction, and every public appearance can make headlines. Whether it's Jade turning down an outrageous fan request or Becky sparking speculation about her future, their actions keep the wrestling world talking. And as WWE continues to grow its global footprint, these kinds of stories, strange, inspiring, and everything in between, are only going to become more common. For fans, it's a reminder that being a superstar isn't just about the matches we see on TV. It's about navigating the complex, sometimes surreal world that comes with the territory. Jade Cargill's bizarre meet-and-greet moment may have been uncomfortable, but it also shows her ability to stay composed in awkward situations. Becky Lynch's recent headlines show that even when you're one of the most beloved wrestlers in the world, you're still facing challenges behind the scenes. Together, their experiences paint a vivid picture of what life is really like at the top of WWE, a mix of opportunity, scrutiny, and moments you truly can't make up.